So here is a very wonderful method of factorizing this expression. When you are given the fastest way, when you are given such an expression as dx squared minus 8x plus 4, there is a faster way of solving this one. Number one, you'll have this 3x squared minus 8x plus 4. So what you need to do, you need to get this 3 and multiply this by 4. So that will give you a positive 12. And then now you write this is x squared minus 8x. Then you have 3 times 4, give you a positive 12. Then now we can have this brackets here. So what you multiplied by what should give you x squared? You have x and x. When you multiply x and x, it should give you x squared. Now the next thing is ask yourself, what two numbers give you a product of positive 12, and when you add them they will give you negative 8. They'll give you a sum of negative 8. So you find that for those two you'll have a negative 2 and a negative 6. If you add these two, they'll give you sum of negative 8, but if you multiply them, they give you a product of positive 12. So you take here my negative 2, put it here, and then you have now negative 6 here. Now the 3 which you had taken this side, after you have done that, you will divide by these two, you divide by that 3. And here you divide this one also by 3, and you'll notice that by 3 is 1, by 3 gives you 2. And then now this one can be divided wholly, so these 3 you'll pick it and bring it here, so that your final whatever will be, the final answer will be 3x minus 2, and then here we shall have x minus 2. So you have solved. This is now the factors which when you open, you expand, they will bring you and give you this answer. So once again, it is you take these 3, you multiply by 4, gives you positive 12. That is what we have here. And now I've taken this one, x squared minus 8x plus, that's 12. Now then get the two numbers which you multiply to get x squared, which is x and x. Then from there I want to get two numbers which give me a sum of negative 8 and a product of positive 12, and that is negative 2 and 6. So I've put negative 2 here and the negative 6 here, and then I've divided the negative 2 and negative 6 by the 3 which I moved here. So I divide this one by 3 and this one by 3, and this one, after cancelling this one, I get 2. This one can't be wholly cancelled, so I take this 3 to put it here, and then this one becomes the answer. This one becomes the answer. We can also do the second one, the second sum here, which is my number 2 here. Solutions. We have number 2. We have 5x squared minus 13x minus 6. Let us try and see. Now, if you take this 5, bring it here, it shall give you a negative 30. 5 times negative 6 gives you negative 30. So here, write x squared minus 13x minus 30. Then after that, I'll have now these brackets here. I'll have the two numbers which give me x squared, which is x and x. Now, so I want two numbers which will give me a sum of negative 30. Sorry, a product. It should be the product of negative 30 and the sum of negative 13, which these two numbers are that is negative 3 and negative 10. You add these two, they give you negative 13. You nope. So that one won't go. Okay, let's see. We have negative 15 and 2. Yes, negative 15 and 2. Adding them, they give you negative 13. Multiplying them, they give you a product of negative 30. So I'll have here negative 15, and I have here a positive 2. Wonderful, wonderful. So I now divide by 5. Okay, I now divide here by 5 because it's 5. I moved it here to this other end. So I'll take now that 5. I divide by 5 here, and I divide by 5 here. So by 5, 1 by 5, this one gives me -3. This is -3. And you see now here, it can be divided wholly. So I'll pick this 5 and bring it here to be the coefficient of x. So the final answer becomes x -3. And then here it shall be 5x plus 2. Good. So this now becomes the answer. The answer for these are the factors which once you expand, you shall get this expression 5x squared minus 13x minus 6. Once again, we can also give a trial in this number 3, the third number, so that you can also see the method working, which is in a very simplified manner. So number 3, we can have it down here. So we have the solution for number 3, which is now 4x squared plus 6x minus 4. So now I have 4 here, so I'll take it to here. 4 times -4 shall be x squared plus 6x minus 16. Good. So now I have these brackets of mine. So I'll have x and x. These two gives me x squared. Then now I have two numbers. I need numbers which will give me a sum of positive 6, and also two numbers which will give me a product of -16. Let us see a sum of positive 6 and a product. So I think this should be positive 8 and a -2. If I add these two, they shall give me a positive 6. If I multiply the two, they shall give me a product of -16. So I can have here positive 8 and then a -2. Wonderful. So now after that, I will now divide here by the number which I moved here, which happened to be a 4. From here, the coefficient which was of x squared, which I moved here. So I divide that 8 by that, and 2 also by that. And so by 1 by 4, this I get 2. And so here I see now this one can be wholly divided without getting a fraction or a decimal. So what I'll do, I'll take this one up here. So now the final answer becomes x plus 2. And this one, okay, this one be x plus 2, and then 4x minus 2. 4x minus 2. And now these are the factors. I've now factorized this, and this now becomes the answer. So guys, that is the I think the easiest method to get the factors of these expressions. Thank you for your time.